This is Cliff Evans. I'll be talking with Roger Maris going in 5. Roger Maris, you spent the winter at banquets and developing business ventures on the go all the time, and all the time being busy with interviews and one thing or another. Was it a difficult winter?
Well, it really wasn't too bad, Cliff. I only went to about, I'd say 10 banquets, and I had a couple manufacturer shows that I went to. Other than that, it really wasn't too bad of a winter.
I know that you have a close family relationship. You, your wife, and your children, 4 children. How do you keep the ties close, even though the nature of your work is such that you're away so much?
Well, it's a little bit difficult. Naturally, my wife and I, neither one of us like being separated throughout the summer months, but right now we don't have any choice, and we know that my career in baseball isn't going to last forever, so we're trying to bear with it right now and hoping for the best after I'm through.
Do you have a different feeling now? You say that your career will not last forever. Of course, nothing does last forever. But after your season of last year, do you think that perhaps your career has been extended?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been one to really count my chickens before they've been hatched. I try and play year by year and just hope for the next year to be a good one every year. And I was very fortunate to have hit the 61 home runs last year, and I know I can't continue playing ball on what I did last year. I have to go out and try and produce again. I don't think I'll reach the 60 home run mark again. As a matter of fact, I'll be very happy to get anything over 30, but I'm just going year by year and just hoping for the best.
A player has a basic problem. His job keeps him away from his family. This means that the wife has to be the mother and head of the household a great deal of the time. Now, as a husband, as a father, how do you work this out?
Well, actually, Cliff, it's very difficult for my wife to try and be a mother and father to these children, and I'm sure many other people are in the same situation. It's tough on the children. It's also tough on the wife. The man, I think, has a little easier job. He doesn't have to put up with the children day in and day out like the women do, and when he comes home, of course, everything looks pretty good to him. I know things look real good to me, although I do have times when I have to get my spankings in there too, but I try and keep away from it because I'm not home too much.
Well, I know how devoted a father you are. I can't say this firsthand, of course. No one knows about the other person. I've heard stories about how close you are. And this afternoon here at Fort Lauderdale, I never saw anyone, but I mean anyone, enjoy himself so much with his children and the other children all playing in the pool. And then later on, when you were in your apartment with the children and you had to lay a gentle hand, I could see that a cliche, but this really hurt you, I think, a little more than it hurt the child. Roger Maris, you've enjoyed so much good fortune during 1961. Is there any one thing that you hope would come your way in 1962?
Well, there's only a couple things I actually hope for. I'd like to have a respectable season. I don't care for, I'd like to have it, but I'm not going to set any goals or anything, but I'd like to have a good season, but if I can't, I'd just like to have a respectable season and help out this ball club to win another pennant, and I think that'd make me very happy.
There's one thing that I heard in a few of the camps. I just came down from the Gulf side, Roger, from St. Petersburg, the team's there, then down to Fort Myers and over to here. And in talking to outfielders in the American League, there's no question, according to the fellows in the game, and they know, the 2 top right fielders are yourself and Al Kaline. The fact that you're a good defensive player evidently is something that most people don't realize. Not too long ago you said about Mickey Mantle, and I quote, "Mickey is still the big man in this business. They aren't going to forget him just because I happen to hit 61 homers." Now, when you say that Mickey is still the big man, what makes Mickey Mantle the big man?
Well, of course, Mickey's been playing with the Yankee Ball Club now for, this is going on his 12th season, and Mickey has experienced 12 very good seasons, and he is a national figure. Everybody, they mention Mickey Mantle, they generally know who he is by just hearing his name. And as for myself, I've had 2 good years with the Yankee Ball Club, and I think I was very fortunate on having had 61 home runs last year, and that, of course, made my name quite big, but I don't think it made it as big as what Mickey's name is.
Roger, you know, of course, that those of us who see a great deal of you during the season have much respect for you, for the way that you handled yourself last year at a time when things were really difficult. Last year, you shared an apartment in New York with Mickey and with Bob Serve. Are you planning to share an apartment again this year?
Yes, Bob and I already have an apartment in New York. Mickey's family is coming up to New York this summer, so he won't be with us, but Bob and I do have an apartment, and should Mickey's wife not come up, I imagine he'd probably stay with us again. I don't know. That's up to him.
And who does the cooking when you share it with Bob?
Well, of course, we don't do too much cooking right at the apartment there other than our breakfast, and every once in a while we might throw something on to eat in the evening, but not too often. Generally, we'll eat our evening meals out.
Roger Maris, what more than anything else would you like to achieve in baseball?
Well, I don't know. I think I've really gotten more out of this game than I've ever expected to get on hitting those 61 home runs, and I don't think I really expect too much out of the game now. I'd like to play it for a few more years, and just hope that I'm able to set myself up, whereas when I'm through with baseball, I've got something to back up on. Other than that, I'm not looking for anything fantastic.
What more than anything else would you like out of life?
Well, like out of life, naturally a person likes security, especially when you have a family such as I do. I have 4 children now. My wife and I are both young yet, and we're liable to have quite a few more. And we both enjoy having a big family, and we'd like to have a bigger family. So I think the best thing you can look forward to is a little bit of security with a big family.
Well, those are the views of Roger Maris, the man who hit 61 home runs last year to set a new record, but also a man who, by every standard of the professional ball player, is a first-class ball player, on the field and off the field. This is Cliff Evans reporting from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the spring training camp of the New York Yankees.